It's very, very rare to get the opportunity to be up close and personal with a chief executive of any business. But the chief executive, former chief executive of AXA UK, Aviva France, and now with the work he's doing at Mckinsey, please give a really warm welcome to Philippe Maso.
You know, when you have these, first business life is a very long thing. You know, you start age whatever, 25, and probably in our generation we are not going to drop the ball before 65, 70, and probably you guys, you might even put a few more years on top of that. So you need to make sure that you introduce change in your career. So I had a very good run in my first half of career, raising through the ranks, exercising some senior responsibilities, changing company, having another go at it, and obviously you need to fuel your engine with new ideas, new thinking. The great thing at Mckinsey is that I meet very young people, very bright, probably much brighter than I am, very efficient young people. So this is something that fuels you a lot.
What are you doing with Mckinsey at the moment?
Yeah, obviously Mckinsey is an amazing organization, and potentially some of you will one day share some of your time with them. It's a global network. It's the largest consulting firm in the world. It's one of the most professional environment you can imagine. They are interested in being contradicted. They want to have different views and opinions, which is not something that people always believe from large consulting firms.
So you're allowed to challenge them to make the product, the content better.
They ask me to challenge, and they are never challenged enough if you ask them.
So what are the measurements of success for a senior McKinsey person like you? Because if it's 50% of the time is internal, then that's obviously 50% time that they're not selling, they're not billable. What are the measurements of success?
You could imagine that an organization like Mckinsey is strictly speaking focused on the top line, the profitability, and doing some bean counting all the time. It's absolutely not the activity within that organization. It's all about creating an extremely well-performing, well-knowledged, well-connected network worldwide.
How did you end up going into AXA?
Yeah, as always, these things don't happen because they are planned. They happen because you meet opportunities and situations.
At this stage of your career, where you're the finance director, the head of finance, did you want to be a chief executive?
Yes. Before that, even.
This is a really important moment in careers. Philippe had become what we call a subject matter expert. Technically, he was very strong indeed, very, very strong. And the tendency then is to make that what you stand for. It's my skill set, it's my competence. I can measure it, I can compete with others. It's tangibles. What he's describing now is where he moves from there to be the boss of all the technically competent. And one of the tendencies is, well, I just need to be better than them at everything they're at. Impossible. This is the bit that changes. It's where I'm going to go from being the subject matter expert to standing back and saying, well, hang on a minute, I'm going to lead a bunch of experts. Would that be fair?
What you observed at the time was probably what it was. It was not the way I was thinking things were, and this is probably the most difficult thing, is that perception is everything. We know that some people are just extravagantly good at leading because they have a natural charisma, which brings people together, and we all have examples of that. And it's when someone enters the room, and some others have less. I am convinced that you have all sorts of different leadership styles, and if you don't have one aspect, you need to compensate with something else. At the end of the day, the result counts. What's the common aspect to all of that is that you only achieve something in an organization if you inspire people.
Please, 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 give Philippe a fantastic round of applause.
That's